Commonwealth of Kentucky versus Sean Mickey Steins.
The former Kentucky Sheriff, Mickey Steins, was in court this week. They've assigned an out-of-area new special judge to the case, which is good. And I don't know if he's going to stay on it throughout the whole proceedings, but he's on it for right now, and then it may get passed on to someone else. It seems that that little area of Letcher County has a little bit of, there's some suspicion about Letcher County being a little corrupt. So this is probably a good thing for everyone involved in the case that it is moved to an out-of-area jurisdiction. Now, if you're not familiar with this case, ex-sheriff Mickey Steins shot and unalived Judge Kevin Mullins in his chambers. The two had been friends for quite some time, worked together for a very long time. I want to be careful not to victim blame, but it does seem like they're pulling up a lot of dirt on this judge. One thing that I was surprised by and also disappointed by was the fact that the prosecution is talking about 4 to 6 months before the discovery is complete. That puts us going into trial past August of this year. The defense did file an indigent affidavit, and the judge thinks that he will qualify for a Chapter 31 funding. I did a little research on what Chapter 31 funding was, and it looks like it's for the extra expenses that are needed. So, as we learned in Sarah Boone's case, they have what they call the JAC, where the state assists with paying for a defendant's additional costs, like, let's say, for instance, an expert or a special investigator. Any type of service like that. And of course, the court has to approve these funds as defense proceeds with each thing. They have to get pre-approval for the costs. Also, the defense will be requesting a mental evaluation on Sean, aka Mickey Steins. The judge said there was an issue with criminal responsibility. They're going to be looking at competency. When they mentioned criminal responsibility, I immediately thought they're going to file that he is in emotional distress over what was going on with his daughter, because we know that there was something involving his daughter and the judge that made him upset. Still, a lot of things are, hush-hush with this case right now. We're waiting for all of this to come out, and probably will not hear all of it until trial. But the judge had no problem with that. He said that they'll schedule a video interview initially with Steins, and then they'll decide from there if they need to go into an inpatient meeting. Now, the defense has said that they have an expert, Dr. Eric Drogan, who they want to sit in on any type of evaluation that the state does on Steins. And the prosecutor, of course, said, well, we don't want that because we don't want to show our poker hand. And the defense came back and said, well, we don't want to show our poker hand. And they went back and forth. Both parties are cautious of giving up too much information to one another prior to trial starting. The prosecution wants the defense's expert to prepare a report of their evaluation and provide it to them prior to the state's expert witness giving the evaluation to Steins. And it's going to be problematic for either side. So the judge said he was going to hold off on his ruling on that for now. Now, the defense did request a bond hearing, and the judge ruled that they can set that hearing. They didn't give out any future dates in this hearing that they just had this week, but they are going to schedule a bond hearing. So we'll wait to hear on that. Prosecution still has not said whether or not they will seek the death penalty in this case, but it is on the table. I think this case is just going to be one of those that when it gets into court and everything starts unfolding and you start to hear the backstories, we're going to hear a lot of corruption from a small town where there weren't enough people in there doing checks on each other. That's kind of what it sounds like to me. You know, a similar thing is going on right now in Alabama, and I think I'm going to do a report on that as well. They're going to end up closing down one of Alabama's departments in a very small county because they found nothing but corruption. So I'll get into that with you guys at a later date, but that's what happens in these small towns. All right. Well, that's it for this one for now, and I will be back later with more information as I receive it. Please do not forget to hit that notification button, you guys. Hit the bell. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please do not forget to like and subscribe on your way out, and feel free to leave a comment. Have a blessed day.